Happy Vlogmas, everyone. Okay, so I cried 2 more times since the last time I talked to you about my crying journal. So we gotta put 2 more in. I'm feeling a little bit like, give it a little bit more time today. And we might have to put in another one. I've messed up the order thing on my kid's Christmas present. Like, when I ordered it, it was, like, really late at night, and I was, like, ordering, like, loads of shit or whatever. And I put our old postcode. So it was our new address and our old freaking postcode. And I called, took me 50 minutes, okay, like 50 minutes to call Royal Mail this morning. First of all, I had to find how to call them because they hide that shit. They do not want you to know that you can speak to them. So I had to go on like Reddit, and they were like, okay, this is what you do. Call this number, option 3 again, option 3, then option 2, like that. Like, I would not have thought that, but okay, I got through to a guy, and he, to be fair, he's had a day himself. He's not sympathetic to my problem. He was like, wrong postcode. I was like, oh, well, is it coming to the right postcode? Can I just tell you what the right postcode is now? He's like, no, sender put wrong postcode. So, you know, computer says no, it has to go back. And I was like, what? Like, what do you mean it has to go back? What do you mean it has to go back? Like, we gotta leave to go home for Christmas on the 22nd. Like, it can't go back. And he was like, we can't release it to you, we can't give it to you, it has the wrong postcode. So, I mean, I might cry later again now, if I'm thinking about it. Like, it's very rainy outside, very rainy. It was very rainy yesterday, it was very rainy the day before that. It's been very rainy for the last 2 weeks. I haven't had any sunshine. I don't like my new neighborhood. I feel very cold in this office without a radiator, and I've just messed up my kid's, like, main Christmas present, and it was really expensive. I don't know, but we're gonna, at the minute, I feel emotionally stable enough to where I could just maybe have a bit of lunch, and not cry about it. But we're gonna do these other 2 cries from the last time I talked to you about this. One of which I think I couldn't park the car. Yeah, that sent me over. And then also another one I've written down that we'll try to make him cute. You know, we'll paint something cute to like lighten the mood a bit. You know, something cheery, like a bird, like a happy little bird. I don't know. Also, while I'm painting this, I'm becoming more and more aware that my audiobook is not great, which kills. Like, honestly, it could be the worst time. And as long as, like, your audiobook is really good, that's fine, you know? Everything's gonna be fine. But it is a T. Kingfisher one as well, which is sad because I love her. But it's What Stalks the Deep or something. It's like the 3rd one in this series. Which is like these cool characters, like this one character who's like a soldier or something. And it started with a sort of House of Usher spin-off type book. That was the first one in the series, and it was cool, like it was creepy. But this one now, on the 3rd one, it's like a mine in America, and like the creature or whatever that lives there, like it's like not satisfying. It's not a satisfying creature. Like, I feel like I want to sort of quit it, but I can't bring myself to DNF something by T. Kingfisher because that would be sacrilege for her and my relationship. We have a very close bond. She doesn't know, but you know, it's fine. Also, I have to do my Secret Santa tomorrow. So all of us, like friends or whatever, getting together to do our like annual like Christmas Secret Santa. And my person's gift hasn't come yet, and it's tomorrow. I don't know if I need to like go like make an emergency purchase of some random crap that isn't as good. Like, I don't know, or am I gonna do that and then it comes? Like, it says it was supposed to be here today, but it's not here. And what if it doesn't come tomorrow? I'll have nothing. This is not a great day. But I feel like this bird is sort of cool. He's sort of coming along, you know? He's cheery. I think I'm gonna add music notes, you know, just to prove to you that he is singing, you know. He is cheerful enough to be making that song happen. Okay, we've got a bird. Cheerful bird. Something in the background that I tried to make a windmill, but just looks like a weird messed up flower. I'm fine with it. I've made my peace. Okay, we've got little firefly dudes. Cheerful dudes. Okay, it's cheering me up, I have to admit. But I think I haven't cried yet today, so I think that we should talk about the stats, you know, put them together, like, you know, a full analysis of this year's crying journal situation, and just like assume that there will probably be more crying in future. I still have 2 weeks left. We'll have a roundup from here. Okay, the stats are in as of the 18th of December. Okay, cried 44 times. 9 of them were to do with some sort of thing with Anwen, either like a fight with her or me punishing her and feeling bad or whatever. Okay, 8 of them had to do with James, like an argument or like, I don't know, whatever. 3 of them had to do with just watching online videos alone in bed at 2 a.m. 5 of them were to do with watching a movie or a TV show. 1 was a book, 1 was a concert, Beyonce, so emotional. 2 of them were because I was hot. It was probably a collection of things, but I think that was just the main problem. A whopping 13 just me feeling sorry for myself for whatever flipping reason. Something's happened, I don't know, like just a similar sort of thing now. Feeling guilty is raining, I'm just in the dumps, okay? 3 of them were frustration. 2 of them were some weird Walter Mitty shit. I feel like we should talk about this weird Walter Mitty shit. I feel like this can be either tomorrow or maybe today. Does anyone have this problem whereby your imagination is so strong you lose touch with reality for a bit? Like you daydream to shit, like it's another level daydreaming. Like there's literally nothing wrong, but in my daydream something bad has happened and now I'm crying. We'll talk about it. Okay. 4 of them. Oh, none of these don't add up to 44, just so you know, because some of them ticked more than one box. You know, if it was an argument with Anwen and then it made me feel sorry for myself, I put it in both categories. Okay. 4 of them were to do with sheer panic. Only 4 of them. 3 of them just anger. So angry I cried. I put 1 here just emotional, but I think actually that was the concert one. I was having a hard time placing it in a category. I don't know. I was just feeling a lot of feelings. I was just feeling over too much feelings. Okay. On a scale of 1 to 5, I always mark them on a scale of 1 to 5. There was 1 5 and 1 4. Okay. Of the 44, that's pretty good that there were only 1 5 and 1 4. 3, there were 11 3s. And 2, there were 7 2s. But 1s, there were 24 1s, which is well over half of the incidences of crying. Where a 1 is just a category of like, you know, you just lost yourself for a second and the tears, they fell and you're like, get back in there, you know, and they didn't get back in there. That's a 1. That was 24 of them. All in all, I reckon I did pretty good because I cried way less than last year. I cried 54 times last year. And also, I had way more 2s and 3s last year than 1s. I didn't have any 5s. This is the first year I've had a 5. But, like, I think overall, it was basically just 1s, you know, and fewer instances of crying than last year. Oh, sorry, there was another category, I forgot. 4 of them were just to do with moving. Or missing my neighborhood. Or, like, not wanting to be in this neighborhood. So I need to address that problem, and I think that has bumped up my numbers in the last month or 2. But all in all, we've done good, guys. It's been a good year, I think. Like in a lot of ways, it's been a bad year. Scratch that. Scratch it. Scratch that. Okay, yeah. Do you ever get, I call it my weird Walter Mitty shit. Like someone will be talking to me and I'll be like, and they'll be like, they'll say my name again, and they'll say it several times. And I'll be like, sorry, what? And like, I'll be annoyed. Like, how dare you bring me out of whatever I was thinking about that has literally nothing to do with what we're doing right now, and also is completely pointless and leads to nothing and does no good, you know? But I have like a couple that like recur every once in a while, or like ones that used to recur all the time. And it's like recurring dreams, but in the daytime. Like, do you have this? Am I just crazy? Okay, it's always a legitimate worry. One of them is where I take down an attacker at work. Like, I had this like this massive like mug. It was like a big fuck off mug. It was really heavy. And I used to sort of like imagine a scenario whereby I go into the staff room and there's like a guy there with like a knife or a gun, you know, or something, and I catch him unawares with my big fuck off mug of coffee, and I like splash the coffee in his face, and he goes ah, and then I like yeet the mug at his head and like beans him, and he like knocks out, you know, and then I'm like, I gotta like tie him up, I gotta get other people to tie him up, you know, people are like trying to escape, and I'm like, guys, I think, you know, we should think about that attack in Paris and how there was one gunman and everyone ran away from the gunman, they ran outside, and then all the other gunmen just like mowed them down on the road, you know, like, and then they're like, oh, Heather's wise, so we should like listen to her. There's like other ones where like my yeeting the mug only takes him down a bit, enough for me to like take his gun, and then I've got to like, you know, like be in like a standoff because he also has another gun, and now we're like pointing at each other and it's like a standoff. I've like never fired a gun in my whole life, so it's merely like me like in my head holding it like how they do at Hollywood, you know, like if it's never happened in a movie, I don't know it. But like there's another one whereby I'm like kidnapped by like terrorists and taken to like some other country, but I'm taken with like a high profile child. Do you know what I mean? Like they meant to take the child, but then accidentally like took me as well, you know? And then I've got to like take care of the kid while also, you know, like helping her to escape as well. But then there's like other parts of that one whereby I wasn't taken by mistake. I was the job. I was the person who was actually taken, and this other kid just got swept up in with me, and it's to do with like stuff in my family. You know, like my uncles are wanted, you know, for stuff, and they're like in gangs or whatever. Like they're not in gangs, but like it sort of like comes to that, you know, or you know, something in like my family's military life has sort of led to this problem in another country or whatever, and now I'm the job, you know. And I like to think about this one while I'm running, because I like to do a thing whereby I've got to get from point A to point B really quickly, so I've got to like do separate marathons, like running all day, you know. So I'm like, oh, I'm like running across the desert, oh, I've got to get, you know, somewhere, or like I'm running to a ship, like it's a big, you know, European ship or a big American ship or something has come to rescue me, and I've got to get there, but I've got to face down gunfighters. They're trying to keep me from getting to the ship, and I'm like running, you know, and there's like a big flag, you know, or something. I'm like running toward the flag. It gets me going. Like, obviously just loads of them are to do with me slipping into a TV show without the other people knowing. Like, everyone on the TV show is a real person, to me, but they like don't know that they're on a TV show. Do you know what I mean? Like they're a real person in their minds and they don't know they're on TV. But I know they're on TV, and I've like slipped into the show somehow. Like I've touched it and like zapped through or whatever. Like this happens a lot with Doctor Who Medicine Woman or like Outlander, the show. So I'm just like, you know, like first of all, I'm unconvinced. They're like talking to me about how it's the 1700s, and I'm like, yeah, right. Funny. Can I go home, please? Who's gonna take me home? You know? And they're like, oh, Queen Victoria, who's that? We don't know who that is. And I'm like, yeah, right, funny. Because we're all from the 1700s and it hasn't happened yet. I'm not buying it, you know? But then eventually I have to buy it, and then I have to explain to them about like the last 300 or so years of history, you know? Anyway, does anyone else get that? Or am I just absolutely losing it? Okay, I was gonna do a library haul for you because I bought books and also went to the library and got stuff for Anwen. But I'm aware that this video now is very long because I rambled for ages about daydreaming and being depressed about messing up presents. So that's a full 15 minutes gone, and I apologize for that, but I'm gonna give you a plan, okay? The library haul, we are gonna do that. We're gonna do that on Saturday. Friday, tomorrow, we're doing favorite books of 2025. It is time. Let's do it. So Fave Books tomorrow. And then Saturday, we're going to do library haul. Also, I'm going to read to you from some of my old notebooks that I have found in the move. Okay, we have this one from when I was 11. And we have this one from 2005. I believe I was 18. We're gonna have a look in them. We're gonna do that Saturday because that I also found the notebook with this old church stuff. On Saturday we're also gonna recap the Queen's Christmas Do. We're doing our Secret Santa, so we'll recap that. Okay, and then Sunday, last day that I'm gonna do Vlogmas because we're flying on the 22nd. Sunday, we're going to go to Winter Wonderland. We're going to go to Winter Wonderland and we're going to talk about our New Year's resolutions. And then we're going to end it. So that's the plan. If you have any thoughts, please let me know. Any comments, please put them down the bottom. And I will see you tomorrow.